podcast listeners. Happy Valentine's Day. If you are listening to this podcast on Valentine's Day, I even wore my pink. Yeah, you can see it if you're watching me on YouTube. Yes, we share this podcast on YouTube as well as a video show. I love a lot of things. And today I'm really excited because I'm going to break down 14, because, it's February 14th, 14 posts I really love right now that you can easily do in your school. Okay, so if you are like tapped out of ideas and you're struggling for content because, it's winter, at least in Wisconsin, weather is hitting in a lot of places. And so you are fresh out of ideas. I promise you, if you listen to this episode, you're going to grab one thing that you can instantly go out to today. And not only will you love it, your community is going to love it. So very excited to share with you today 14 of those posts from around the country. So this is great. Just a quick reminder, if you're listening to this live, today is the last day that you can join my membership community for only $300 and try it out for 6 months. Usually you have to buy the full 7 month or full 12 months. There's 12 months in a year, 12 months at a time. But I'm offering a special $300 6-month package. A lot of you have taken advantage of that. Thank you so much. You're getting involved. You're getting all the trainings. Oh my gosh, every training I've ever recorded is instantly yours, in addition to all the new things that I'm adding each week. And we have some amazing speakers and topics coming up. Kathy Kadigian's talking about building an internal wellness program with staff, really getting them engaged. We're talking about some Facebook basics, Canva, secret Canva tips that I didn't even know about. Got some great people from CanSpro that are going to be joining us. Just a lot going on. If you love all my free content, if you love the podcast, you love the blog, and you're like, gosh, what could I do with a little more of Andrea Gribble in my life? This is where you're going to get it, in my membership group. So again, last day is today. It's always open. So if you miss the trial, join. Okay. We're here to support you all year long. And that's going to be awesome. So let's get started so that you guys can find out those 14 post ideas that you can implement right away. Okay, our K-12 PR tip for this week is very simple. You've got some great performing posts. You see those on your page, whether it's a tweet or Instagram reel or a Facebook post. My tip for you today is share one of those well-performing posts, got a lot of comments, got a lot of shares. Share that back with either the person who submitted it to you, because they don't get to see the performance, right? They don't get to see that 6,000 people saw their post. They may not even see all the wonderful comments that come in. Take a screenshot of the post, simple email back to the person who sent it to you, or send it out to your entire staff and say, guys, look at these stories and how well they're doing. Our community wants to see more like this. You're giving a shout out to the person who submitted it, and while encouraging everybody else, hey, we know you're busy, but you're doing amazing things. Your students are doing amazing things. And literally, it will probably take you less than 5 minutes to do this tip. And I bet you're going to reap the rewards for several weeks of getting more content in. So that's it. That's your K-12 PR tip for today. Now let's get into our episode. All right, so excited to dive into this interview. And it's not an interview, it's a solo episode. I get the privilege to watch social media posts from schools every day. Although I have been implementing weekends off, and it has changed my life. So I don't know if you try to take weekends off. I used to only work an hour or two on Saturday, Sunday, because I'd fit it in. My kids are older, they're doing their thing. Nope, I completely don't allow myself to work on the weekends, and it is amazing. But I do get the privilege the other 5 days of the week to consistently watch social media posts, the schools that we're serving. We serve almost 100 schools where our team is posting for them, in addition to cheering all of you on really around the world. And I've seen some struggles lately of, oh my gosh, it's just I can't get content, or, you know, oh, there's a lot of negativity. So what I wanted to dive in today into today is 14 posts that your community is going to love, and they're not that hard to do. And so actually in the show notes, I have links to the post that I'm going to be talking about. And if you're watching this, you're going to see me looking at my other screen. That's because that's where my other computer screen is. And I really want to explain these. So, so number one, this is actually a campaign idea that you could do for the month of February or any time of the year of what your students and staff love about your school district. So Northern Ozaki is a small school district by Milwaukee in Wisconsin. Lori Marini is a teacher there, and she focuses in on a library and does a lot of different things. She does some amazing things. So check out their page. But what she did is February is the month of love. Our students and staff want you to know what they love about NOSD, their school district. So she's got staff and students sharing. She made a super cute graphic with the background cut out and the student's picture over the top of it with a little quote bubble. Check it out. It's an easy one to do this month or any month of the year, right? Because we want to share what people love about our school. And so I want you to check that out, because that is a very simple one. You're just getting a quote, getting a picture. You can assemble those all in one. I just recently shared a batching blog on how to really batch those types of campaigns, those features, so that it doesn't take you forever. And so that would be an easy one. And their community is loving that. It's very, very cute. So that's idea number one. Idea number two, does your school have therapy dogs? Almost all schools now, I swear, have therapy dogs, which is amazing. It's a little bit challenging for me because I don't know if you know this, but my girls are both severely allergic to dogs. So we have to be very careful with the dogs at our school. We have 2 of them in our small little school district in Wisconsin. But sharing pictures of the therapy dogs are bound to be a hit. Like, who can say something negative about that? The post that I have linked in the show notes is actually from a teacher at Lakota schools in Ohio. But Biggs joined them for a story, and it's all the kids are kind of petting them while they're obviously paying attention to something else. But Lakota actually has a hashtag dogs of Lakota, which I love because they're a bigger school district. And then you can kind of see all of the therapy dog type pictures that they're sharing. Love it. Love that idea. So I just want to say, if you have a therapy dog, if you can get a picture of that, I know your community is going to love it, your teachers, your students, all of that. So that's idea number 2. Okay. We're rocking through this list, right? Number 3, sports. Okay, you guys, sports were really limited last year and the year before, after March 2020 hit, right, with COVID and restrictions and all of that. Most schools are kind of back to full fans and all of that. Share some of those sports photos, those sports stories. And the story I have linked is from a nearby school district to me in Little Bloomer, Wisconsin. I love that Michelle Kostner there was able to share this post. And it was a student that got a chance to get a bucket in a game, and she has Down syndrome, and everybody was cheering. It was awesome. Like it ended up making the news, and it may have started because of this social media post. I didn't get to talk to Michelle exactly about that, but I'm betting that it started with this social post. So any kind of, you know, sports accomplishments, underdog stories, like we all love that. This had like over 400 likes and loves, 22 comments, 34 shares on this post. And then later they shared the news video stories. And so again, any kind of sports will do. You don't want to bombard your page, your Twitter page, your Facebook page, your Instagram page with all sports, but they tend to do pretty well, and they'll pick up the reach of all of your posts. So share some sports if you're not doing so already. Tip number 4, the post idea number 4 is the little moments. Okay, you guys, a student helping somebody tie the shoe, right? I had another post where older sibling was giving a hug to their younger sibling before they went off to class. This specific post actually ended up going viral from Hopkins Public Schools in Minnesota, but they were celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day earlier in the year, obviously in February. And it just has two little kids embracing a little blonde girl and a little black, I'm thinking it's a boy, he's got a hat on. So they've got a hat on, so I'm not sure. 87,000 shares. It reached at least 13 million people when they first shared it on a group that I'm in. So powerful. It had over 30,000 likes and loves, and it's such a small moment, but it says so much. And it's even, you know, like I said, somebody tying another person's shoe, all the kindness things that you can share, those little moments are really, really powerful. And so I just want to urge you, you know, like February is Black History Month, right? So this simple post is a reminder of how simple some of those celebrations can be. So I love it. All right. Idea number 5. So far we had what your students and staff love about the district, more of a campaign. We got therapy dogs, we got sports, we got little moments. Number 5 is art projects or tech ed projects, like, you know, so things that your students are creating. The idea I have here is from Edgar Schools in Wisconsin. We serve a lot of schools in Wisconsin, so I've got some examples from them. But what I want to say is Edgar consistently does a great job of sharing both artwork and tech ed projects, really high end, like woodworking masterpieces. I love it. This specific post was from a student that did a mosaic glass art project. It is beautiful. It has their last name on it. So it's awesome. It's just a picture of the artwork, but it did very well. It had 36 comments. And so art is, you know, get the permission obviously of the student to share it, but that's something easy to do. You could do a weekly feature, right? Get your art teacher, get your tech ed teacher involved in, hey, let's do feature one student a week in what they're creating. Very, very simple. Love it. Okay. Number 6, can't always happen, but some homecoming videos. Okay, so we've got parents, siblings serving overseas, serving far away. They come back and surprise their daughter or their sister or little brother, and it's very powerful. The post that I have linked here is on Facebook, and I think it was from Missouri. It had over 59,000 views, and it is totally not edited at all. There's no special intro, there's no music, it's simple. So these types of videos are just really powerful to share. And whether it be a homecoming thing like this or anything else that's happening in your district, grab your phone, get a video of it and share it, okay? But these kind of military homecomings are always going to do really well. So that's really great. And I think Lana Snodgrass shared that out of West Plains in Missouri. So that's awesome. Okay, number 7, staff going above and beyond to help. Okay, we've got staff members driving the bus. We've got superintendents teaching 3rd grade. We've got all of these things happening to make because we're short on subs, we're short on staff due to them being out with illness or whatever. So giving those stories of going above and beyond are amazing. Now, my tweet that I shared is really powerful because Mike Folds took a picture very carefully because he didn't show the student. But he said, one of my students has been struggling. She's out in the hall getting space and time. One of our custodians has been chatting with her for 15 minutes or so. Caring adults in the school are what make a school a community. God bless educational workers. This is linked in the show notes, guys, so you're going to be able to see this. What a powerful story. I get chills. And I know that this is happening every day in your school to some degree. There is some caring adult, there's a teacher going above and beyond, there's a para, there's a custodian, there's a bus driver that does just everything they can to keep these kids going and to step up. We need to tell those stories. Okay, so I just really challenge you, find out who's going above and beyond. Ask your staff, hey, we really want to catch our staff members doing great things so we can share those stories out on social media. Okay, so staff going above and beyond is tip number 7. Okay, idea number 8, students in the classroom. Just share the classroom happenings. Okay, you can do that by getting out to the classrooms. You can ask your staff to submit photos to you. Remember, we do social media at Social School for EDU for almost 100 school districts across the country. We're not inside those buildings. We get amazing content and we get amazing reach and amazing stories because we rely on staff to submit us stuff. So don't tell me that it can't happen. Okay, I'm just giving you some tough love, right? I'm telling you it can happen. But if you're not getting what you need, get up off your chair, spend an hour a day just getting out there. It will reap tenfold because once they start seeing some of those stories, they're going to start remembering to send you stuff too. But getting in the classroom, the example I shared is actually a student showing other students how he's using his iPad, and Luke's got some special needs, and it's amazing to see how he is learning and he's sharing how he learns with his students. So that was really powerful. It had 15 comments and reached more people than what normally does. It gives us that little distribution score on your Facebook. Have you seen that? So it says it's 1.7 times higher. Did it go viral? No, but it reached a lot more people, almost double of what most of our posts reach in our little community. And that's really powerful. So share those classroom things that are happening. Okay. Number 9, invitations to upcoming events. Are you sick of posting flyers? I hope so. And I hope you're not doing it because it doesn't reach a lot of people. But we had a big event back on February 1st, and I wanted to promote it again. And I said to the teacher or the advisor, I said, hey, Carson, get the kids to make a video inviting people into this event for tomorrow night. He did, and they did amazing. Like, kids get it. This is again an example from New Auburn. I've got it linked in the show notes. They did 3 different things, one of which was a girl crawling out of a locker before she did her little announcement for her segment. You guys, kids are really creative. They are watching TikTok way too much, and Snapchat and all the things that they're on. Let them put their expertise to work on things that can help your page. And so I just really want to challenge you to, in the next time somebody asks you to share something, to announce an upcoming event, say, I'd be happy to share that, but get me a video. Can you get some kids involved in making a short little video? If you need to give them this example, give them this example. In all truth, the teacher sent me 3 separate videos. I quickly edited them together with an app called Clips. It's free. It's really easy to use. So I was able to edit those together, and the kids recorded it in vertical format. So I was able to use it on Facebook, on Instagram stories, on Instagram reels, on Twitter. Like, I used it in all the places, and it got a lot of reach. A lot of people loved it. So just some tips there. Okay. Idea number 5, right now, especially in February, kids are starting to get scholarships. We're going to start honoring our seniors. The example I have from Chesapeake Public Schools is such a super simple one. No special graphic. It's just a picture of the students, and it's a congratulations, and it's got 45 comments and 13 shares and over 400 likes and loves. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of things to celebrate in the springtime as we move towards graduation, as we move towards the end of the year. Don't get caught up in thinking, I need to have this elaborate graphic and a video made. And those are all nice things. They don't have to be. Keep them simple. Get with your guidance counselor, whoever is knowledgeable about who's getting scholarships, and get with them and start having them snap a picture, give you a little blurb, and then you can share those things now till the end of the year on your social media pages. You can share it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, all the places. Okay. Don't need to be fancy. All right. Number 11. I've been preaching this for a while. And if you are if you follow me, if you're inside my membership group, I've done some advanced training on Instagram Reels. I've got a blog out on it. I want you to try Instagram Reels because there's a lot of reach. This is an awesome video that John Casper helped share on the Winona area public schools out of Minnesota, like putting the boiling water into like below 0 temperatures and where it instantly freezes and you can hear it, and it's super cool. He's making an ice cloud with Mr. Sinar, I think is Sinor. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's really cool. It had over 4,700 views on Instagram Reels. They only have 1,000 followers. So that's the power of Reels. It gets in front of other people. So I want you to try that. Whether it's just a classroom experiment, whether it be something in Fayed, whether it be a little video montage that you put together, try Instagram Reels. It is working really well. Okay. All right. We're almost done. Okay. We got a lot. I'll recap them at the end. Student apprenticeships. Are you doing any kind of students working out in the real world? Those are great things to share. I've got a great example from Reedsburg here. They've got 20 youth apprenticeship students right now. They pulled them all together and they're working at Jay's Power Center and Grade Foundry and Freed Construction, Curtin Farms, Culver's of Lake Delton, Addison Machine Engineering. They gave some of those companies a shout out, and it's just a great opportunity to showcase that your students are actually out in the community contributing in a valuable way, right, and working. And so share those. If you don't know where to get that, again, probably work with your school counselor. They may know who those students are and you can start featuring them. Again, not a fancy graphic, no stress there. Just get a picture of those students, maybe where they're working. That would be awesome. So that's my idea number 12. 13, you better be doing this. If you are listening, like a loyal listener, loyal follower, but Throwback Thursdays, guys. If you're not sharing old pictures of your yearbooks, you are missing out. I've got a picture of just a mob of cheerleaders, which is great because there's a lot of faces to tag. They had a bunch of shares and comments and likes and loves. So the more faces, sometimes the better. But I'm telling you, Throwback Thursdays, you usually cannot go wrong with some positive comments. Sometimes some inappropriate stories might come up, but that's only happened a few times. So share those Throwback Thursdays. We've got a lot of resources on our blog about tips of taking those pictures. Again, you can batch that, use that blog of batching. So you spend an hour, shut off all your notifications, go take pictures of your yearbook, upload those into a Google folder every 10 weeks, schedule out 10 weeks worth at a time on Thursday mornings on your Facebook page, and promise you will thank me because you're going to get great engagement. And number 14 is student stories. I shared a blog about this in early January, maybe late December, on just those powerful stories that your students are doing amazing things. So is your staff. Tell those stories. The example here is from Middletown City Schools in Ohio. Get those mixed up, Oklahoma, Ohio. But it's a powerful story about a little girl who's only 10 years old, and she spent her Christmas money to buy blankets for the homeless. Powerful. It actually links to a news story, which yours may or may not be a news story, but find those stories of students overcoming an obstacle, doing something big in your community. I've got a girlfriend that her daughter, for one of her scout projects, led a blood drive because they're short on blood right now. How amazing is that? Like, make sure that you're highlighting those stories on your social media pages. All right, that was pretty quick, right? So we had 14 posts that your community are going to love. Which one are you going to do? Okay, I want to either hear it on Twitter. I'm at Andrea Gribble. So tweet me and tell me which one you're going to do and like share the post with me, or email me, andrea@socialschool4edu.com. That's my email address. I'll answer. Like, yeah, I look at all my emails, right? So email me and let me know what you try. Number 1, what your students and staff love about your district. Number 2, therapy dogs. Number 3, sports. Number 4, little moments. Number 5, art projects or tech ed projects. Number 6, homecomings, like military people coming back or just videos. Number 7, staff going above and beyond to help. Number 8, students in the classroom, students teaching students. Number 9, video invites. Number 10, senior scholarships. Number 11, Instagram Reels. Number 12, student apprenticeships. Number 13, Throwback Thursdays. And number 14, student stories. Boom, check done. You are inspired. Let's see those stories. Your community's going to love them. I'm going to love them. I'm your biggest cheerleader. So until next time, guys, keep telling those stories. You got this. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.